I don't think it was amethyst.
No?
But hello,
Oh, come
and
on.
welcome to the Plants Always Win pre-show. The pre-show where nothing is scripted, and the plants do matter. I just came up with that.
I mean, yeah, that's not bad. It's not scripted. It's improvised based on our actual script. And yes, plants, of course the plants matter. I guess that makes sense. There's no way not saying that. My goodness, I need to clean this computer. There's like dust and hair all in front of me, and it's so weird. And I want to wipe it, but my laptop is a touch screen. This one is not. I can wipe this one.
That's nice.
With my sleeve. Enjoy my sleeve.
Good content. They'll be clamoring for more. Give us the sleeve.
That's right. I'm gonna cut the sleeves off. They'll be like, "Where'd the sleeves go?"
Is your resolution high enough to see behind me?
Yeah, I can see behind you.
I finally did my gallery wall.
Here, let me just make this bigger because I don't need to. I can just there. I see a cork board. I see paintings. I see your books. I see an embroidery, I think. Oh, now it's a little blurry, but
yeah, there's two embroideries, and there's the needle punch kit you gave me down there.
Hey, how'd that go? Is it still go? Are you still using it?
I don't know how to got new backing fabric.
Oh, backing fabric. So
yeah,
the way it works is. Go ahead. It
has to be a wide enough weave to like punch the yarn through it.
Oh, okay. So the way I understand it, you got the puncher and you got the yarn threaded through it, right? And then you're just pushing yarn into whatever it is. And then when you pull out, it's still like looped through the puncher, and then you just punch it in, and you're basically just doing like loopy loop. And then on the back, it's not like it's tied or anything like that. You're just kind of it's just kind of like going in and looping back like a snake. It's just doing this between the fabric. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So then what I showed you the other day, that that TikTok video of that guy who had a needle puncher, but it's not the same as this, where he had a technique of punching an actual thread and then weaving something through that and then pulling it out.
That's sewing with an awl, and that is different technology. Ancient technology.
I want to try that. Oh, well, you said ancient technology, and I'm like, that seems interesting. Yeah. I have this cool ambition, and I apologize for interrupting you there. You seem very excited. Please share.
Before, like, one of the most important technological innovations of the prehistoric world was the needle with a hole in it. Like, that revolutionized being able to make clothing that people could wear on their bodies and move around and do more stuff and like live in colder climates. But before we had the needle with the hole in it, we had the awl, which is just a sharpened implement that could poke a hole through the leather, the fur, and then thread something through it like a lacing.
Huh. That feels a lot easier. Or am I crazy?
It's more steps.
It's more steps? It actually, the way the guy, you know what? Maybe he just did a very good job of editing, but like it looks like he punched it, threaded it, pulled it out.
That's a modern awl with a hole in it. And it's more like how our sewing machines work.
So it's a hand sewing machine that has, you know, a comfortable grippy thing so that you're not stabbing yourself with the needle when you're trying to push it in. Okay, I still want to try it. I mean, so okay, I've mentioned to you my various sewing ambition projects that I've never started because it just feels like one of those skills that I would have to commit more time to actually doing. So like I saved a bunch of cuts of prints of like my childhood or teenagehood, whatever t-shirts that I'm like, I remember this. This is emotional for me. I want to sew it into like this cool quilt pattern thing. And then I don't know what a quilt, there's probably a technical definition of what is a quilt versus a blanket. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And then there's, I want to take leftover fabrics and sew them into bags so that I could do reusable gift bags, things for like presents, birthdays, Christmas, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that feels relatively easy. It's a square. How hard could that be? I tried hand sewing it and I was like, it's just falling apart. I'm clearly missing some technique here. I don't know what I'm doing. And now I've pushed myself beyond that with a ridiculous ambition. It's way over. You know what? I'll go get something so I can show you, because this is a visual medium. It'll take less than, I don't know. You can time me 5 seconds.
I don't have a second timekeeping device. I could open a stopwatch app, but that would take too long.
Ooh, what do we got here? We have a life-size Psyduck. Look how cute. He's so cuddly. But what I want to do is slice right here. I know that's dramatic. And turn the belly into a bag with a zipper. So I have to take out the stuffing. And instead of just making it a bag, like I want to actually get a used satchel from like a thrift store and insert it and sew it so that it's actually lined. It'll ruin the 3-dimensionality of it. It'll turn this 3D plushie flat. That's not bad. That is not bad. And then having the duckbill fold over it with like a little button or a magnet or something. And then putting like straps, some sort of a strap on the back. Basically, I want to take this fabric that already exists in this design, cut it up. Again, I'm doing this throat thing. I don't know why, but that's where I'd want the zipper to go.
Sean I know it's wants dramatic. To cut Psyduck's throat.
I keep thinking about content. I can't not, and because I've been goofing around with my not plant content lately, because it's, I don't know, it's a fun creative outlet that's very little effort. I keep thinking about how to. It would be so dramatic if I just did that on camera, just like, oh my god. So sewing. I don't. Sewing. Yes. The other day I was at the big box store that has walls on it, and and the big mart made of walls, and I looked at their zippers, their sewing section. I'm just like, I don't know what anything is. There's no descriptions anywhere. There's no prices anywhere, and I don't know if this is a better zipper than this zipper. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Sean, pick a day on the calendar. Say, Aaron, can I come over? Come to my newly renovated sewing room.
Okay, I will. Okay, I will bring.
I have so many zippers inherited from the sewing room of a lady who died last year. Like,
are they cursed zippers? What is this? What you just? I inherited a bunch of zippers.
This is how it works when you craft and you know other women.
No, that's fair. Honestly, I think about that all the time. Is who's gonna inherit all of my crafty junk and collections, and my Charizard collection? Like, no, that has to go to someone very important. I don't know who. It'll go to a museum for all I know. But I can't like donate. Like my Pokemon stuff, I'm not going to donate to the Pokemon company. Come on, they make enough money. I don't know who I'd give it to. My daughter probably wouldn't care, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, that's a lot of side conversations. I would like to ask you, before we get onto our actual recording today, tell me more about what you want to chat with Vikram about.
Cool. Okay. So it'll be a lot of like the introduction that I haven't typed up yet, but I have it. I've been thinking about it for a whole 24 hours. Is basically a big flattery of this guy. I think he's an awesome human being, and I want it to be a, hey, you're awesome. Thank you for being awesome. And then it's going to be talking about what it's like to be an expert, because even he, with a PhD, a tenured professor, an extensive resume that we'll get into, doesn't even consider himself an expert. It's so fascinating. It's humbling. What it's like to be a expert on the internet today, amidst all of these in a world of scams and AI slop, rage baiting and fake content and all this other stuff, what is it like? Like, how do you deal with that? How do you cope with that? And then he has a number of different series that he's done. Some of them are basically just watching 5-minute crafts, and commenting and just talking about how, hey, that's dumb. Let's not do that. Yeah. So what are some of the things that he's picked up on? Has building a community online, stuff like that. And to be honest, I haven't really thought much further on that because I fully anticipate it'll just be a very long plant rant. Just
yeah.
And I think between you and me and him, I think we'll have plenty of examples. But yeah, I suppose I should type out a few pointed questions in case for some reason somehow there's a lull. Oh, and he's also written a kid's book.
Yes, I listened to
his most recent
podcast episode this morning.
I haven't looked into it in a while because over the winter I tend to step away from podcasts, which I shouldn't. But Planthropology, yeah. And also I need to mention that not only was he a bit of an inspiration for me in many respects, being a person on the internet, being a good human being, being humble, being a podcaster and what that looks like and how that has influenced myself, but also very indirectly influenced our show in a number of ways that he doesn't even know. Like, the one that he does know, because I've mentioned it, is the name of our show, which came from a sticker from his show as merch. And well, a sweater, but also a sticker. I was hoping to wear that sweater, but I can't find it. So I was gonna dig up that sticker somewhere. But yeah. I think that's about it. Is there anything that you wanted to mention as well? Like, you can, I mean, if anything comes up or if you want to ask anything.
Yeah, I'll try to just hold my own, jump in. But I don't have the same kind of history with him and his content that you do.
This is true. And we can, I tend to be very, I don't want to say self-deprecating. That's not the right word, but overly sharing in a certain capacity in these sorts of things of like steer into it. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I do have a pre-existing relationship with this person, or
sure.
I would consider myself what's the word? I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that train of thought. But hopefully the internet holds out. I think it should be fine. And I don't know. I would love to. Yeah, it's still coming down. It's supposed to pause, but then come back a bit. I don't know how we feel about video. I would love to be able to keep video for content because it's fun. And he's also someone that, I've had a lot of good success recently on Instagram when I invite someone to collaborate, because it tells you immediately if this person accepts the collaboration, this will be shared to all of their followers. And I was like, ooh, wow, that's huge. The other one that I'm very excited, and again, this is a little bit of a selfish level, but also I really want to have a conversation with him, even though he has nothing to do with plants, is Chesco. And Chesco just hit 1 million followers on Instagram. And I was like, oh, damn, that's insane. Chesco, the speech prof. I don't know what his real name is because he's done that intentionally for some anonymity. He's a professor and he has a PhD or I think a PhD. He talks about like female studies, and his content online started as, here's what it's like to be a teacher, and then it evolved into, hey, don't be a douche on the internet. And no, it's great. And honestly, you would think that it's common sense stuff. And it's evolved to a point where he, he does all of these things. He does these talks, he does these whatever, and he's still a teacher. He's still a professor. And so, yeah. Also a very good guy, very humble. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I talked to him about that because we're in a creator Discord group, and he was interested in supporting. And this was like a year ago, and then I hit him up in the summer. I was like, "Hey, this fall we might, or this winter, we're probably looking for fun guests that might be a little bit different. I know that it's a little different now because he's huge, and I don't want it to be like I don't know, like." I feel weird. Yeah. And I feel weird asking. And he said, no. I offered a long time ago. I'm interested. I want to do that. And I'm like, great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If you're cool with it, you're cool with it. Great. So that was, that's on the radar, but I don't know when exactly.
Sure.
Also, this Friday, what are you doing?
This Friday.
Do you want to come with me to Huntsville?
Oh, during the day? Is that your
Ask a Master Gardener?
Ask him. This month is
I know. It's all good. I haven't promoted it yet either, and I've been meaning to. But yeah, so anyone patrons, hey, how's it going? This year, with the Muskoka branch of the Master Gardeners of Ontario, I have committed myself to going to the Huntsville Public Library once a month to do a Ask a Master Gardener. And we'll be talking about what's going on that month. What can you do? What should you be thinking about? So we're going to start with January, which is probably one of the more interesting ones because people might think that we're in the middle of winter. It's way too early to be thinking about anything. No, there's a lot we can do, and I'm very excited to talk about that. He told me to keep it under 10 minutes, and I was like, oh, I can just riff for 10 minutes. You want me to plan something for under 10 minutes? Dude, I can improvise for 10 minutes. Let's do it. And so I wrote down like a couple of talking points. I'm like, I can't even make a PowerPoint out of this. This is so, each one of these is 10 minutes. Like, oh my God. So I'm going to do a very, like I have another cork board that's a little bit bigger over there, and I'm just going to put some January gardening and then some stuff on it. Speaking of, we need to print out a pamphlet, or not pamphlet, like a brochure, a small poster for Plants Always Win podcast, QR code, website.
Right.
And not only for this event, but then I'll go around and put it at like coffee shops and everything like that. Before it was something that I said, hey, I should do this. And I never got around to it. And then I don't know, the pressure's on now. So let me quickly look at the assets that our wonderful designer has already put together. Because we have the QR code.
The collection of posters that I made last year on Canva, which I think I invited you to.
If you can invite our joint email account, and that way I'll have access to it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know. But I will, if it's on Canva already, great. I'll download them and I'll send them off to my local library to print out. I know a gal. Okay. What else is new? Let's see. I have a lot of terrariums. I have a lot of plants. I have a lot of things. microwave is running, and you're gonna blame your fuzziness on the microwave. You think that's really messing with the internet that much? Interesting.
It's way nearer to the receiver than I am. I am at as far as you can be in the house.
That's unfortunate. Can you get an extender? Like something that connects to your receiver? Like amplifier is the word I'm thinking of. Sorry.
Maybe. We had some, but now we're on the 5G and it's different. And I don't know.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you still have a router, something that is broadcasting, you can get an amplifier that connects directly to it that just echoes.
Yeah.
It might help. I don't know. So can I tell you something too? Okay. We've got time. I want to tell you a couple of things. One is really quick, and then the other one is the thing that we texted about yesterday. So the first one, there is a lady who painted flowers, and I thought, wow, that's such a cool technique. I really love this. I'm gonna try this sometime. Just one note, she used the name of the flower and it was the wrong name. And she showed her photo reference and she showed the flower, and I was like, hey, I love this, whatever. One small note, it's really not a big deal. That's not the name of that plant. It's this.
Right.
And she responded to the comment. She laughed and said she doesn't know the names of plants and she's always improvising. And I was like, what are you doing? What? Just what? I don't even know the name of the flower that I painted. It was like a different one, not the one that was in the background. And I was like, oh, those are asters. How do you not? It's not like, how do you not know what an aster is? But like, how do you not know at least the focal point of your painting, the main, like, anyways, that's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
Not everyone's interested.
I know. I thought it was fascinating for an artist that specializes in flowers.
Yeah. To not care about finding out what the names are.
Like, that's her whole content. And she doesn't know what the names are. I'm like, okay. You've never once in your life encountered the name of that flower that you've painted 100 times? That's the fascinating part. It is like, how did accidentally, or how has no one ever brought this up ever?
Yeah.
Anyways, not a big deal.
I wonder if she's always painting from life.
Maybe. What was the other thing? It was, oh my gosh, this. So I was in a gardening group, and somebody posted an AI thing of a plant saying, hey, this is a really cool plant. The description is like clearly some AI generated text. And then the photo, which I'm like, I don't know, this could have been an AI photo or it could have been a stock photo. It doesn't matter. It's a generic. And it's the plant that I really want. The one that you and I discovered is not commercially available in our province because it hasn't been fully vetted yet. It's relatively new to the industry, but it is a good plant, and I highly doubt it could be invasive. But I appreciate that border control and whatnot are doing their due diligence before allowing.
We're talking about the petunia?
Not that one. It's the carnivorous plant, the butterwort. Which is weird.
You know what? I did not tune into the whole conversation. I didn't realize you couldn't legally get it here.
No. You can't commercially get it. You can bring it across the border and argue a lot of things, or you can sneak it in, or there's a lot of people who are mass producing this and it's available on like Facebook Marketplace. It's considered a rare and exotic plant. You can go to trade shows, very specific trade shows and whatnot, and find it commercially available. It's not, but the big breeders aren't allowed to, and nurseries and stuff aren't allowed to sell it because it hasn't been fully vetted yet. But unofficially, it's a tropical plant. It's not going to survive here no matter what you do. However, it's a succulent. It looks like a succulent, but it's a carnivorous plant. It's really cool, and I want it for all of my black flies and house flies and whatever. And I have a lot of ideas on how to use it with terrariums. I'm very excited. Can't find it anywhere. I've done what I could, unless I live in a freaking big city. And even then, whenever I've gone to a big city, just to let you know, when we went to that conference, I did hit up some people on Facebook Marketplace, and depending on their response, I was going to let you know, hey, can we swing by and maybe pick up this plant? Ghosted by all of them, and their listing disappeared. And I'm like, F this, I'm done. Anyways, so I'm in this gardening group, and somebody posted this AI thing about this plant. I was like, hey, that's awesome. I love this plant. I've been looking for it everywhere. Do you think maybe I could like get a little clone from you? I'd be happy to buy it, whatever. Oh, this isn't mine. I'm reposting it from another gardening page. Stop doing that. Not only did she not repost it, she copied and pasted it. So that's not even reposting and giving credit where it came from. It makes it look like you're posting it with your words and your photo. I assumed it was hers. Doesn't matter. Not a big deal. That's a little tangent. So I said, oh, okay. I've been looking for this forever. And then whatever, if you happen to stumble upon it, let me know. That'd be great to have. And then she recommended, what was it? Facebook Marketplace. And I was like, nope, I'm done. All right, cool. We're done commenting. I'm just not even going to respond. Somebody else responded like a week later with, hey, this company sells rare and hard to find seeds, including carnivorous plants. And I was like, cool. So I went to that company's website, and it's one ridiculous marketing catalog that I was like, what is this? What? Okay, you have seeds. Seeds of what? You have rare and hard to find. Okay. You have native seeds, and the native seeds are North America, by the way, not Ontario, not Canada, North America. That's a lot. Okay. And they have rare and exotic plants, and then they have house plants and carnivorous plants and annual plants. I'm like, okay, cool. Great. You have a lot of seeds of a lot of plants. Go to their About Us page. We're a family-run Ontario business that strives for excellence and good customer service and trust, and trust us because trust is very important. It was like, that was basically it. This is me extrapolating 4 paragraphs into 2 sentences. But I was like, what? That's not about us. Like, what is this? What's going on? Who are you? You're an Ontario company? You're a family-run company? Where are you? Who's the family? When were you founded? How do you source your seeds? What are you talking about? What is the difference between rare and hard to find? Like, this is a personal, I'm sorry. It bothered me so much that I was like, this could very easily be a scam because you're giving me no information. And so I went back to the person that commented saying, hey, just out of curiosity, do you have any experience with this company? Because I'm pretty rooted in the industry, and I have never heard of them before, and I don't have any experience with them. And on their website, it says nothing. And I posted a screenshot of the About Us saying, like, they really don't give any information here. Like, if anyone were to ask me about this, I would advise against it because it looks more like a scam than a real business. Not to say that they're doing anything wrong, just to say, I don't have any experience with them and I don't trust this description. Well, she sends me a DM and she says, hey, full disclosure, putting all my cards on the table, that is my half brother's business. Okay. Full disclosure, cards on the table, fix it. Like, not. I didn't respond yet. But I'm trying to think of a way to politely and delicately offer constructive criticisms without being a douchey white guy on the internet. Like, it's, hey, by the way, I am an expert, and if anyone were to ask me, my instinct is to advise against it.
Well, I think you could just say, oh, if he gave a bit more information, like more specifics about the history of the company and how the seeds are sourced, I think people would be a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. And I thought it was interesting that I looked at their Google reviews, and they have all across the board, and I looked at their lowest reviews, and I'm like, these are very valid criticisms. These are like, you're giving no planting instructions. There's no label or identification on the seed packages and stuff like that. Oh, are you tapping your wrist because of time? I am so sorry. I went on my rant. There we go. I'm done. If you want to start a seed company or any company, if you want to claim to be a small, family-run, local Canadian business, I want to support you. I truly do. Prove to me that you're a human being. That's the lowest possible standard to set. Please. I would love to support you. Anyways, that's do you want to do an outro, or are we, I don't know. I don't know.
This has been your Plants Always Win pre-show. We'll be back in half an hour with Vikram Baliga, but it won't be live, so you won't know that.
You'll listen to it, what, in 2 weeks? Enjoy.